The sun streamed through the large, elegant windows of the venue, casting soft rays across the delicate lace and satin fabrics hanging from the racks. It was a warm spring afternoon, and the venue, a beautifully restored Victorian building, had been transformed into the perfect setting for Jana Duggar's long-awaited wedding dress shopping experience. This wasn't just any shopping trip. For Jana, who had been a part of her family's life of public scrutiny and the spotlight, this was a deeply personal and special moment, something she had dreamed of for years. Surrounded by the people she loved most, her mother, Michelle, and a few of her closest sisters, Jana's excitement was palpable. The air buzzed with anticipation as they stepped into the softly lit boutique, the scent of fresh flowers mingling with the heady fragrance of designer fabrics. A sense of elegance enveloped the room, and Jana felt her heart flutter in her chest. Though Jana had always been known for her modest and graceful style, today was different. Today was about finding something that truly reflected her personality, a dress that would make her feel like the most beautiful woman in the world as she stood beside the man she loved. As the eldest daughter of the Duggar family, Jana had always embraced a quiet, gentle nature, often putting the needs of others before her own. But today, it was her turn to shine. The boutique was a dream come true. The walls were adorned with elegant chandeliers, and every corner boasted an array of stunning gowns in shades of white, ivory, and champagne. Each dress was a work of art, meticulously designed to accentuate the beauty and grace of the woman who would wear it. But for Jana, the right dress had to be more than just beautiful. It had to be a reflection of her values, her faith, and her journey. As Jana browsed the racks with her family, each dress seemed to tell its own story. She ran her fingers over the fabric, feeling the intricate beadwork and the soft lace. Her heart skipped a beat as her eyes landed on a dress that seemed to call to her. It was a classic yet modern design, an elegant gown with a fitted bodice and flowing skirt adorned with delicate lace and subtle embellishments that caught the light in the most enchanting way. Jana's breath caught in her throat. Could this be the one? "I think this is it," Jana whispered, her voice full of wonder. Michelle smiled warmly, her eyes glistening with pride. "It's beautiful, sweetheart," she said, her voice full of emotion. "This is the one that feels right, I can tell." With her family's encouragement, Jana slipped into the dress, the soft fabric hugging her curves and accentuating her graceful figure. She stepped out of the fitting room, her face lighting up as she caught a glimpse of herself in the full-length mirror. It was a moment of pure magic. The dress made her feel like a princess, but more than that, it made her feel like herself, a woman who had waited for this moment, a woman who was ready to begin a new chapter in her life. Her sisters gathered around her, their eyes wide with admiration. "You look stunning," one of them said, her voice filled with awe. "It's perfect for you." Jana smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude. She had always been the steady, dependable one in the family, but today she was the center of attention, and it felt good. She felt beautiful, strong, and ready for the next adventure that awaited her. The atmosphere in the boutique was filled with joy and laughter as the family shared this special moment. They talked about the upcoming wedding, the plans for the big day, and the future that Jana and her fiancé would soon begin together. It was a celebration of love, faith, and family, and in that moment, Jana felt more deeply connected to her roots than ever before. As the day drew to a close, Jana stood in front of the mirror once more, her dress a perfect reflection of her style and her spirit. She knew, without a doubt, that this was the one. The dress wasn't just a garment, it was a symbol of the journey she had taken, the woman she had become, and the future she was about to step into. With her family by her side, Jana Duggar's wedding dress shopping day was more than just about finding the perfect gown. It was about celebrating love, tradition, and the beautiful journey ahead. It was a moment she would treasure forever. Jana Duggar. A week of wedding preparations. The week leading up to Jana Duggar's wedding was nothing short of magical, a whirlwind of excitement, emotion, and deep connection. For Jana, the oldest daughter of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, her wedding day marked a significant milestone in a journey filled with love, faith, and family. As the preparations unfolded, every detail was meticulously planned, every moment cherished. The rehearsal dinner. The week began with the rehearsal dinner, a moment for the families to come together and make final preparations before the big day. Held at a charming, rustic venue, the dinner had an intimate feel, with long tables draped in soft linen and adorned with fresh flowers that reflected the earthy, warm tones of the season. Jana, dressed in a simple yet elegant dress that spoke to her modest taste, arrived early to help set up alongside her family. Despite the excitement and the last-minute touches, she remained calm and collected, ever the pillar of support for her loved ones. Her mother, Michelle, was by her side, offering advice and encouragement, while her sisters shared light-hearted moments, laughing and teasing one another about the upcoming wedding. The evening was filled with heartfelt speeches. Jim Bob, with his usual emotion, expressed how proud he was of Jana, his eldest daughter. "You've grown into such a beautiful, godly woman," he said, his voice filled with pride. "We're so thankful to see you enter this new season of life." Jana's eyes glistened with tears, her heart swelling with gratitude for the support of her family. Jana's fiancé, who, like her, was known for his humble and quiet demeanor, was equally touched, sharing his excitement for the future. The evening was a blend of laughter, prayer, and joy as the families gathered together to celebrate this momentous occasion. Bridal Shower. The next day was a celebration dedicated to Jana herself, a beautiful bridal shower organized by her close friends and sisters. Held at the Duggar family home, the event was both personal and joyful, with an atmosphere that was warm and inviting. The decor was simple yet elegant, with vintage-inspired touches and soft pastels. Jana beamed as she entered the room, greeted by the smiles and well wishes of the women who had walked alongside her throughout her life. Gifts were exchanged, hugs shared, and stories told. Jana's sisters, her closest confidants, took turns sharing fond memories, each one more touching than the last. One of the most touching moments of the day came when Jana was presented with a special gift from Michelle, a small heirloom necklace passed down through the generations. "This is a symbol of our family's love and faith," Michelle said, her voice full of emotion. "May it remind you of all the women who have walked this path before you." Jana carefully placed the necklace around her neck, the gesture signifying not only the bond between mother and daughter but the legacy of women in the Duggar family. Dress fitting and final touches. The third day was dedicated to the finishing touches. Jana had already found her dream dress during her earlier shopping trip, and now it was time for the final fitting. The boutique, with its plush carpet and soft lighting, was a haven of elegance and quiet anticipation. Jana slipped into the dress for the final time, her heart fluttering as she gazed at herself in the mirror. The lace bodice, the delicate beading, and the flowing skirt all came together to create the perfect vision. She felt like a princess, grateful, overwhelmed, and ready to walk down the aisle to her new life. Her sisters surrounded her, offering words of encouragement and admiration. "You look stunning," they said, their eyes glistening with happiness. "This is your moment." Later that afternoon, the bridal party gathered for a final rehearsal at the church, where the wedding would take place the following day. Jana stood at the altar, taking in the beauty of the venue, the high ceilings, the rows of pews, and the intricate stained glass windows that painted the room with soft, colorful light. Every detail had been carefully chosen to reflect her personality and values. She felt a sense of peace as she envisioned herself standing there with her fiancé, exchanging vows in front of their family and friends. The wedding day. The much-anticipated wedding day arrived, and with it, an air of anticipation and excitement. Jana woke early, her heart racing with joy and gratitude. The day was everything she had imagined, filled with moments of beauty, emotion, and spiritual significance. At the Duggar family home, the bridal party gathered to prepare for the day ahead. Jana, in her delicate robe, spent time with her sisters, each of them helping her with her hair and makeup. The room was filled with laughter and chatter as they reminisced about childhood memories, shared their excitement, and prayed together for the day ahead. Jana's wedding dress hung in the corner, a symbol of her long journey toward this day. She slipped into the gown with the help of her sisters, and the moment she stepped into it, she felt the weight of the occasion. This dress was not just fabric, it was a symbol of the promise she was making, the love she was about to pledge, and the future she would soon begin. Her family was there, offering their final words of support and love. "This is such a special moment, Jana," Michelle said, her voice full of emotion. "You've always been such a blessing to this family. I'm so proud of you." As Jana took one last look at herself in the mirror, she whispered a prayer of gratitude, thanking God for the journey that had brought her here and the man she was about to marry. The ceremony took place in the grand white chapel church that had been a cornerstone of the Duggar family's faith. As Jana walked down the aisle, her heart filled with joy and peace. The soft strains of music filled the air, and there stood her fiancé waiting for her with a look of pure love in his eyes. With her family and friends gathered around them, they exchanged vows, pledging their love and commitment to one another before God. The reception was a joyous celebration, filled with laughter, music, and dancing. The venue was decorated in soft hues of white and gold, with delicate chandeliers hanging from the ceiling and a lavish spread of food on the tables. The newlyweds shared their first dance, a moment of pure magic as they moved together in perfect harmony. Jana's smile was radiant, and her heart was full. Surrounded by the people she loved most, she felt the weight of her decision, her choice to marry and start a new life sink in. This was the beginning of a new chapter, and she was ready. Beyond, the honeymoon and new beginnings. As the wedding week came to a close, Jana and her new husband left for their honeymoon, excited to start their life together. The week had been a whirlwind of emotions, but it had also been a week of deep connection, reflection, and joy. Jana had married the love of her life, surrounded by the family who had supported her every step of the way. For Jana Duggar, the week of her wedding was not just about the beautiful dress, the perfect ceremony, or the grand reception. It was about the deep, unwavering commitment to her faith, her family, and her future with the man she loved. It was a week she would remember forever, a testament to the journey that had brought her to this moment and the life that lay ahead.